All right, y'all. Here we are. We're doing the thing. We are here. We are live for an indeterminate amount of time, presumably for however long it takes to go through my Letterboxd February stuff. We are here yet again, once again. I am once again asking for help with my cat, who needs medical attention and who is behind me and who will join us in a cameo whenever that makes sense. Um, I guess I'm just gonna vamp for a second and let people, you know, trickle in as they may. Um, it looks as though we do not have any viewers at the moment, so that's awkward. Um, I'm always a little bit like anxious that when I do these, nobody's gonna show up, and then it's like, who am I talking to? What do I do? That's like a fear of mine. It keeps me from doing this often. Um, But it looks like there's 5 people here now, which is a nice jump from 0. So if you are here, make yourself known. Let's go ahead and get a lively discussion started. Yeah? I'll, say hi to people, let people trickle in as they may, vamp, as it were, and then we can get started on the recap. Um, let's see. I'm just getting myself set up over here on Letterboxd. Nice. So we are good to go whenever people do decide to arrive. We've only been live for 2 minutes, so, that's not like a ton of time to be waiting, but it feels like an eternity when I'm live talking by myself. I got the fucking chocolate soy milk, you know what it is. Maybe this is too late for people. Maybe I am not hitting the peak viewership here, you know? Maybe oh, good. One person. Hell yeah. Hi, Brendan. Thank you for being here and thank you for making yourself known. I appreciate that. We got a person here. We got 3 viewers. Usually I like to vamp for a bit. I like to just let people get acquainted, show people, or let people say, hey, kind of get a head count and stuff, and then we kind of get going from there. But maybe I'll just jump into the letterbox, and if people wanna come by, they can. And that would be cool. Thank you for asking. Pluto is okay. Would you like to see her? Because I can get her. She's been much more herself. Um, you know, prancing about, being a menace, being just a fiend at all times, as she is wont to do, But she's doing a lot better. Um, Unfortunately, the bill looms large. She gets better, but the money that I owe doesn't go away, which is unfortunate. I feel like my lighting is so much darker than it usually is, and I don't know why. Like, it's usually not this bad. And I actually have my lights on brighter than I usually do. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. You're right, Brendan. You're thinking smart. We don't want to blow it too early. We want the Pluto cameo at a good time. My lighting is crazy. I don't know what's going on. Hello? I swear it's usually not like this. We got 7 people. And 1 who has said hi. I'm calling y'all out. There are 6 people right now that I'm calling out. Come on. Let's make yourself known a little bit. Let's have a little community discussion going on here. Um, Another thing that I could maybe talk about for a second, if anybody has any advice on this. I could not figure out, because for the last few times I did this, I realized that when the alert comes up, when people donate or subscribe or whatever, there's supposed to be a sound, and it's not making a sound. At least not in the stream. Like, it makes a sound to me, I can hear it, but the stream itself is not making a noise, and I don't know why, you know? Oh, she's asking for a cameo early. What can I do, you know? If she's gonna request it. Hi, sweetie. You wanna say hi? All right. The cat is asking for it. So the cat is gonna say hello. That's gonna be what it is. Brrr. Come here. Pluto. Come here. I don't know if y'all can hear her. Come here. Come here, say hi. You have fans. You have fans. Oh, there she is. Still in the cone. Still in the cone, but here she is. All 8 of you get to see her. She's beautiful. Look at this perfect baby. This perfect angel says, please say hi and please donate. I need help. I'm a problem child. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay, Plute. You can stay here. She's in the lap. She is coned up as fuck, bro. It is like a whole thing, you know? She doesn't super need it as much anymore because well, the issue was that she was scratching her face too much because she was so itchy. And so she was creating scabs and making her infection worse. Thankfully, there are no scabs that I can find anymore. They've healed up. But I put eardrops in her ears twice a day, and so she likes to kind of scratch at that, which is understandable because it probably feels weird, but you know, it's not good for her. She can't be scratching and shit. So in the cone she goes, unfortunately, and she hates it, and she's learning how to get out of it. So I had to reaffix it, as it were. But you know, what can you do, right? She's in my lap, so we can bust out the Plute for a cameo whenever we want. Let me promote this in my Discord real quick, because I feel like I should have done that ahead of time. Does this paste still work? That's okay. I'll grab it from over here. Okay. This is very good TV, I know. Me just doing my job on my fucking phone instead of entertaining you all as I should be. Pluto, are you making awful noises for the microphone? All right, I am promoting things. Things have been promoted out in the world. So hopefully more people show up. 8 people. We got lurkers in here. That's okay. You know what? No pressure. You don't have to, you know, be present. It's fine. You're just watching the thing, and that's good on its own, right? Yeah, I think so. I appreciate it regardless. Let me do this too, because I haven't done this yet. Yo, Mika, what's good? We got Dr. Jeff. We got Dustin. Whoa, everybody's saying hi all at once. This is crazy. Hell yeah, now we got a party going on here. Let's go. Let me turn this on. All right. Good evening indeed. Party time. Mr. Ryan disconnected in the house. Let's go. How you doing? I know you've been going through it. Haven't we all? That's not to take away from your pain and suffering, as I'm sure it is immense. But, you know, it is what it is. Excellent indeed. Hell yeah. You know what? There's more people here. We should do another cameo. Look who's here. Oh, sweetie, come here. Whoa, sweetie. Whoa, that's a Plute. Look at her. Look at her. She says hello. Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing lately that we look alike. What do you think? What do you think? Do y'all see it? I mean, she is my biological daughter, so that makes sense. But I don't know. She's just gonna hang out here for a second. Come and See and the Minecraft movie double feature is fucking deranged and unhinged, dude. That's crazy. Okay. That cameo was too long and she said, fuck you, I'm out of here. Ugh. Yeah, that's insane, dude. That's like, I don't know. There's like a Venn diagram there between those two movies, and like the circle, or like the middle of that Venn diagram is hell. But just like different kinds, I guess. Different definitions of it or something like that, I suppose. We got 13 people. Yo, you're the double feature podcast, so you should entertain that double feature. Okay, who else has seen the fucking Minecraft movie? Because look, look. I've never played Minecraft in my life. I remember when it got really big. Um, I don't know. It just never. I'm not a gamer. I'm not a certified gamer, unfortunately. But I know people are into that. It's just not my thing. But I know I'm behind on my shorts reviews. But I haven't, that's not one that I need to catch up on. I haven't watched it. So it is what it is. Oh, damn. I misread your comment. I thought you said I thought it was going to be bad, or I thought you were saying it exceeded your expectations, but it did in a bad way. It was even worse than you thought it would be. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but it looks really bad. Maybe I should watch it and do a review on it just for the views, because that would make people mad, I guess. I don't know. That strategy hasn't always panned out, just like making people mad, doing a negative review, doing clickbaity stuff. That doesn't always work like you think it will. Um, Catching up on comments. Yeah, we do love cats, dude. My weirdest or craziest double feature? I have no idea. I'd have to think about that. I'm sure recently I've done like porn plus a Christian movie, which is probably pretty weird, right? But I'd have to, maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see. Actually, I'm looking at a strange double feature right now on my Letterboxd. So maybe that's a good transition as any. We should go ahead and get started, huh? All right. Hello. She's being weird. We'll see if Bigwig makes a cameo too. He's been more solitary as of late. All right, so as you can see on the screen, we have the tip tracker yet again. Um, yeah, really. Um, Let me change my settings here. All chat. Yeah, I had it sort of filtering out the word porn. Come on, where do you think you are? Um, the goal for today is the goal for like the whole thing was 700, and we reached 400 at our last stream, which is kind of insane. Um, so far it feels like it's going to be slower tonight, but that's okay. They don't have to. We don't have to knock it out of the park every time. But the goal today is 300. If we hit that 300, we will hit the goal and finish the whole thing. So that'll be good. If we can do that, that would be tight. So we have our tracker at the bottom. It is restarted. I tried. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't give it away. For next week, I'll try to have this sorted out. But if somebody makes a donation or subscribes or something, you'll have to confirm for me if the sound is working, because I have a cool thing planned for that. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Wow, look at that. Letterboxd.net. Okay, so start at the bottom. Alexandra, I reviewed this for Punk Vacation. If you haven't heard that segment yet, you should go listen to it. This was the Valentine's Day special where I reviewed this. This was a December title from Quality X, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. Let me check Discord. Nothing going on there. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed this one. It definitely feels like kind of a classic Hollywood screwball comedy, but it's pornographic, so like that's pretty cool, right? um, oh, my computer was telling me something else. I thought I was not live for a second for some reason. Anyway, it's essentially about this woman who's like manipulating her friends into like and like blackmailing them or something. I don't know. It's just kind of like hijinks ensue and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's fun. I like it. I'm distracted by my lighting because it's really abnormally bad. It's very dark, and I don't know why. Does that feels like it's too much? I don't know. Let me see if I can do this here. This might help, actually. I might have to do something kind of um, blasphemous. Where is it? Where is it? Ugh, there it is. That worked. Um, will it work if I do this? Yep, there we are. Okay, that fixed it. So it's hideous, but but I switched the thing to light mode over here. So now there's actually some lighting on my face, which is cool. It looks disgusting and hideous. I can't believe people live like this, but it's working as a kind of ring light uh substitute. So that's fun. Um Hit the like on the fucking stream, y'all. That's the thing I'm supposed to remind people to do. Okay, here's my crazy double feature. Bug and Catching Faith. That's a fun one, right? That's a double feature that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Bug. This is William Friedkin. This is yeah, yeah. This is a movie about like it's kind of hard to say what it's about without spoiling it, you know, because the themes are very tied specifically to like a sort of slow burn reveal. So I don't know that I want to say anything other than like this movie is depressing to watch in our current political landscape because like fully 35% of the goddamn country is this character and it's really fucking depressing and not fun or cool or chill and I don't love it to be honest, so there's that. Um but I love the movie. It's really good. Okay. Next is Catching Faith. This fucking unhinged nightmare shit. Um I'm trying to remember what it was even about. Oh. It's about a kid and his Christian family, right? And he gets caught. He's like the star of the football team and he gets caught um drinking uh at like a party and then the cop lets him off cuz he's like a white fucking did I say he was a college kid? He's not. He's a high schooler. But since he's like a white fucking athlete and like he plays football and like the town knows him, like the cop is like, let you off with a warning this time. And so his parents know that he has been busted for underage drinking, but um their whole thing is that they say that he has to like turn himself in. So it's like the lowest stakes possible thing that they've turned into like a huge fucking deal. And then there's like dead grandmas and shit. It's like a whole thing, you know? But it's terrible. It has horrible, horrible morals and messaging. And it's just bad. But, you know. I know, really, he's such a fucking piece of shit. He played a drinking game at a fucking high school party after a football game. That's so evil. Hi, can you hear her? She's crying. Do you want to say hi again? We can make that happen. Or I think that was a no. And then I watched Bug again because I watched the audio commentary. Um, yeah, really. Um, at first I really liked the audio commentary because it's very clearly like, well, it's William Friedkin and he's like describing what's happening on the screen. And that is interesting at first because like I think that there is, even if you're just watching something happen on screen, I think that it is sort of subjective how you interpret what's happening. Yeah, go for it. I think it was on Tubi. Yeah, everybody's enraptured by my description of Catching Faith. Yeah, this was fun. Go check it out. I think it's on YouTube or Tubi or something. It's on one of those. It can be found. I didn't have to look hard to find this one. And then I recommend listening to the God Awful Movies podcast episode about it because it's extremely funny. And I enjoyed it. Okay. So with the audio commentary, William Friedkin, he's just like literally describing what's happening on screen, and that might sound very boring or surface level, and it kind of becomes that after a while. But like at first, it was really interesting because like again, I think everybody has a slightly different interpretation of what's happening on the screen in a movie, and to hear the director just tell it straight exactly how he interprets what's happening was pretty interesting. Um, so I think it's like worth a listen, but it's not the most elucidating. Oh shit, Mika, you're the best. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Oh shit, dude. Can y'all confirm that you heard that sound? Can we confirm that it made a noise? Yeah, he's kind of doing it like a documentary, and I would agree with that. We're gonna run that shit back. Yes? Okay. Yeah, y'all are the best. Okay, hopefully I can update the sound. And then, okay, tell you what, we're gonna test this again. Make sure this still works. Where did it go? Maybe not. Uh, there we go. Trying to find my goddamn earbuds. Because I want to make sure that it wasn't just like y'all could only hear it because it was coming through my microphone. I want to make sure it's actually working. So let me connect my earbuds. Make sure that that's working. Also, hi Andrew, thank you for being here. Okay, we are connected. Y'all are gonna help me out one more time. We're running this shit back, and then tell me if you can hear it. Did that work? Because if that worked, I'm gonna have a really cool thing for it next time. It's gonna be sick. All right, I'll wait for confirmation on that. Not that time. Okay, so it's going into my earbud this time. So I don't know how to fix that. Does anybody who is smart know how to fix that? Well, I appreciate you being here the whole time. Feel free to chat. We love chats. We got 15 folks in here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, so what you heard was you heard it from my laptop speakers into my microphone. And now it's going into my earbuds, so you're not going to hear it. But I have no idea why. This is real amateur hour shit going on right here, but what can I say? Because I don't know. I'm trying to think. Ooh, maybe display. No. I genuinely don't know why that's not working or how I would fix it. Tool. Because everything's working on the like mixer end. Like everything is correct. But shit, I don't know. That's frustrating. I'm not sure. That'll have to be a project for another day, I think. But for now, we're just going to take out this so that it's outside. And then there. Now it'll work again. But the problem is that if we ever want to watch a video together or something, that sound is not going to come through on the stream. It's going to come through on my earbuds. Because it's the same issue. So that's not going to work because I'm not going to also just play the video out loud and then you're going to hear it through my mic. That's going to be a nightmare. I'm sure somebody can teach me what the issue is. But that'll just be its own thing. Okay. Thank you all for the experiment, the science experiment here. Thank you, Mika, for your generous donation. That is very kind. Oh, she says, hoping for a speedy recovery for your fur baby. Thank you. Pluto, do you want to say thank you? She said yes. She said yes. Come here, sweetie. Look. Look. Say thank you. Can you say thank you? She's real quiet. Real quiet now. Meowing up a storm a second ago. Now she's real quiet. Look at her. Look at her eyes. They're obscene. It's ridiculous. You're so cute. Do you know that? It's insane. Pluto hug. What a sweetie. She hates the cone. She's doing a lot better now, but she hates the cone so much that that's what like put her in the hospital. She put on a full hunger strike and stopped using the bathroom and shit and ended up in the emergency room. She's getting better at taking it off, so I'm having to put it back on more often, but she lets me do it, which is surprising given how much she hates it, but she lets me put it on. She doesn't fight me on it. It's really not bad. So it comes off on Thursday, assuming everything goes well. Let me double check my calendar. Not Thursday? Wednesday. You hear that, Pluto? Wednesday. You're so close. We're taking her back. Thankfully, that's already been paid for, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, the donuts. Anyway, on Wednesday, we're checking her ears again because it's an ear infection. And if the swabs come back clean and there's nothing going on, then she's good to go. Yeah. Mika, that's a good piece of advice. Next time, I'm gonna get the donut. Because I wanted to get a donut because it's really cute, but at the time I had literally like almost no money, and so the cone was $6 and the donut was like 20, and so I was like, I think it's just got to be the cone, you know. Guess it ended up being pretty expensive in the end, but maybe she would have done the same thing with the donut. I don't know. It's all a learning process, you know. But if we do this again, I'm buying a fucking donut, dude. Because I feel like she'll like it better. It'll be really cute. It's a whole thing, you know? Maybe it won't be such a nightmare. Okay. Alright, now that that's all underway, sorry, I'm just thinking about the sound effect. It's really bothering me why that's not working. And like the thing is, I don't even know how I would go about looking up how to fix it. I don't know. I'm gonna try to move on. We're gonna try to move on, okay? And then it's gonna be a thing later for me to fix. And then that's gonna be it. And then when it's fixed, y'all will yo high volume video with the $10. Thank you. Longtime fan, first time catching a live stream, just wanted to pop in to show some support. I hope Pluto gets better soon. Thank you. You have successfully shown support. It is highly appreciated. Yeah. And high volume video. I don't know your name or pronouns, but thank you. I appreciate it. You're the best. Um, yeah, you heard it because it's going, it's coming out of my laptop and into my microphone. But if I had my earbuds in, you would not hear it. So it's not actually going through the stream. It's only going through the speakers. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's frustrating. Typical alert box. Oh man, I'm looking at settings that I don't understand. Filters, properties. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing to look up on the internet, I think. As we do, we're gonna run this back one more time. High volume video. You've made Godzilla, me, and my cat very happy. So thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe streaming at night isn't so bad. There's people who can pop in for the first time, and I think that that is cool. So, what was I talking about? I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about. Yes, always make Godzilla happy. Jeff got a sick ass fucking Godzilla tattoo this week, which is pretty cool. It's a really good one. I have it set to low latency this time. Ooh, I'm seeing things I can do. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm not great at this live streaming thing, huh? God, I had like 3 different threads that I was following there that I'm now lost on. But we're at 20% of our goal today at 30 minutes. That's pretty good. So that means I have to stream for what? 2.5 hours to get to that 100 at a constant rate there, right? I don't think that's quite how that works, but you know. Yeah, you're in the itchy phase. That shit fucking sucks, dude. It's the worst. Man. It's almost worse than getting the tattoo, but I'm actually gonna take that back. It's not worse than that. Just lasts longer, I guess. I was talking about something. Couldn't tell you what. Okay. We've made it through 4 entries out of how many? 45? Yeah, we're doing great. Here we go. Taking the second skin off was worse than the tattoo. Damn, really? That sucks. How long did you leave it on? Oh, low latency. That's what I was talking about because it's like I feel like there's a significant delay, but I think I didn't do ultra low latency for a reason. It like warned me about something. I don't remember what. So I just got to keep in mind that if I ask a question, it might take a little bit longer. I don't know, man. Maybe I should just take a course on how to do live streaming because I feel like I'm fucking not doing this right. Fucking amateur hour over here. All right. What's next? Wolfman. I liked Wolfman. Come at me, y'all. Like, people fucking hated this movie. I don't know. I think it's good. Yo, Brendan, what's good? Pluto anti-cone militia. Agreed. Let's go. That's a good cause right there. That's beautiful. I love that message. You hear that, Pluto? You have a militia to take your cone off. We got you. We got your back, sweetie. We're running that back. Thank you. Thank you, Brendan. You kept me afloat in the first 5 to 10 minutes of this, and now you have contributed, and I appreciate it. You are the best. Okay. Wolfman. I saw this in the theater. This was before I was doing my short reviews of everything. But, you know, I thought it was good. I don't know. It's definitely like metaphor horror. Metaphor. I don't know about that. But yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking about too many things at once. I'm thinking about how I'd want to get like an interface for this so that you can actually read the messages better when they come up on the screen. I mean, I'm reading it out loud, but you know, I want it to be visible on the screen. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all are sticking with me and I appreciate it while I learn how to do this. So, thank you. Okay. Okay. Yes, it is indeed metaphor horror. Metaphor or just now it's a thing. I'm not going to be able to stop saying it. Yeah, it's a film about masculinity, I think. I mean, I don't think that that's particularly controversial. It's about fatherhood, it's about generational trauma, it's about um breaking the cycle of abusive behavior. Um Again, I don't want to get into spoilers, but like that's definitely what it's about. And I think it's done well. Like I don't think it's I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I think that the performances and the chemistry are good enough such that I like actually care. Like I care about these characters and their dynamics and things like that. I can understand not loving this movie. I am confused why so many people hate it. Like I've literally heard the critique like numerous times that like this was a bad werewolf movie because you don't see a shot of the full moon or because he's not hairy enough. That's really silly to me. Like you don't have to hit every single trope to be a good werewolf movie, you know? And like okay, he's not that hairy because he's not like full wolf mode, but like he's a wolf man. You know, he's like a guy, but he's like wolfed up, you know? I don't know. I think it's fine. There's this really cool like wolf vision thing that's going on. It's like Predator, you know, where like you see the Predator vision and shit, but it's like wolf vision. I thought that was really creative and really cool. I thought the transformation sequence was pretty good. Generally speaking, I just like it. I mean, a shot of the moon, like, but like, do you have to see it, or can you just know that that's happening? I don't know. I don't even know if that's true, to be honest. I didn't. I don't. Thinking back on it, I feel like I saw the moon, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't there. People were saying that, so that's like, I don't know, man. I just think it's a little silly. But you know, nobody has to like it. It's fine. I'm just kind of confused why people are so viciously against it. Like, okay, the Invisible Man that Lee Winnell did was also like a Universal Monsters thing that was like completely unique and like completely different and like also was like a social issue film. Um this is also that. It's a very similar thing, I think, where he's kind of taking the concepts and the themes of the original text of the film and sort of doing something more unique with it and making social commentary with it. Although I do feel like this is pretty straightforward. Like it's not like The Invisible Man where we're completely reworking it from scratch. This I think is a pretty straightforward werewolf movie, and I like it. I don't know what to say. I just think it's cool. Is it streaming? Let's find out. I think so. I mean, it's on, you know, VOD. Um, is it on something I don't have? No, it's not streaming, but it is on renting things, and I know some of my friends have it on their Plex servers. I mean, come on, man. Like, you can't see it on account of my chat being in the way, but this has a 2.4. That's that's so low, dude. I don't whatever. I thought it was fine. I listened to the Faculty of Horror bonus episode about it and they fucking hated it. Um but what can you do? This just reminds me of the Denzel Curry album cover. I think I said that somewhere else, but look at this. Like literally this is what I think of. Every time I see the poster, I just think of this image. But, you know, the moon is on the poster. Okay, so you got it. Like, you know it's there. you know? So we're chill. It's fine. I don't even know. Ah, you can't see my secrets. My Canva things. Thanks, Mika. It was really nice seeing you. I usually do these earlier. The thing I shoot for is Sundays at 3. Doesn't always happen because the things. But you know what? I'm going to try to do better about prioritizing it and making it an actual, like, hard scheduled thing. But it can be hard, you know? But I hope you have a lovely night. Thank you for your wonderful and generous donation. Everybody say shout out fucking Mika in the chat. Um, Thanks. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, this is gonna be probably every Sunday. The issue is that I also work markets at least once a month on Sundays, so this was actually kind of a bad day for me to pick. But this is the one that people voted for, like, overwhelmingly, out of my 3 days off, so, you know, it might just have to be later on market days and then earlier on non-market days. Yeah. I don't know, man. Anyway, Wolfman, I think it's pretty good. I'm a little confused why people hate it, but that's okay. Next is Last Ounce of Courage. This is more Christian slop. This is about... Oh, man, it's coming back to me. What is this shit about? It's about a fucking... Alright. Let's see. Bob Revere. His fucking name is Bob Revere. Come on, man. As you can see, I gave this a 1. I really try to reserve the 1s for, like, the truly atrocious, like, filth and slop. This is one of them. You know, okay. Bob Revere is a small-town mayor and combat-decorated veteran. He faces a root of bitterness from his past filled with heartbreaking loss. His grandson comes back into his life after many years to ask the most important question: what are we doing with our life to make a difference? Bob had grown apathetic along with an entire town. Now with the help of children, a group of people all band together to inspire hope, take back the freedoms that are being lost, and take a stand for truth. Take a stand for Christ. You nailed it. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so this fucking guy, his son goes off to war and leaves his wife and newborn baby, and like he immediately dies. It's like immediately. It's like comical, obviously. I'm laughing. But like, so he doesn't come back, right? And so, you know, the fucking grandpa is like all bummed about it because his son died or whatever, as you would be, you know. But like, so eventually the kid is like, why don't we talk about Jesus more? And then the dad's like, they'll fucking shoot you if you talk about Jesus in this town in public? Are you kidding me? You'll die. And he's like, no, we have to do it. And so they're like, he's like also the mayor or some shit. Yeah, he is the mayor. It says it right there. I'm stupid. So he's the goddamn mayor. And he like, it's like a Christmas movie. He's like making Christmas decorations and shit, and like the news is covering it as like a really controversial event. Like this radical fucking renegade mayor is celebrating Christmas in the United States of America. Will he be shot in the street? We'll find out. You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, Fred Williams is in this. Warren Hammerschmidt. The ACLU are the villains in this film, by the way, which is really cool. It's awesome to see Fred Williamson and Bill O'Reilly in the same cast. That's deranged, right? Like, holy shit, dude. There's other people. I forget who. But like there were people that kept showing up where I was like, oh my god, I know who you are. What are you doing? Yep, he sure is. He is indeed in it. Okay. So that's that. We gotta start getting faster. Oh boy, red rooms. Yeah, I mean if you need to complete your Fred Williamson filmography, that's how you'll do it. Chocolate soy milk break. I'm a fucking certified soy boy. That's what I fucking run on, dude. Okay. Red Rooms. This is a horror film about true crime and about people, specifically women's fascination with true crime. It's like really fucked up and like haunting and yeah, dude, high volume video, you know what it is. This film is so fucked up, dude. Like, okay, it's about a like serial killer that's on trial and these two women that camp out to be like the first in line to get in the courtroom. Um, and we just kind of watch their motivations unfold, watch the court case unfold. This is probably a new personal favorite, honestly, at least in terms of like modern horror. It's very up there. It's insane. Like it's so good. Yeah, the ending is good. Again, I won't spoil it, but there are yeah, I need to be better about that. Sorry, Gary. The thing is I'm just trying to get into the swing of this, you know, and like I shoot for like 3 o'clock, but if something's going on, then I just kind of push it until I'm like ready, and then I gave like a 10-minute notice, you know. Historically that's worked okay, but I need to be better about it. Yeah. Um, that's my resolution for next time is I'm gonna actually schedule it in advance because that's the professional thing to do. That's what we should be doing. Um, we got people in and out, but if you're new, if you weren't here towards the beginning, we're still raising funds for my cat. She is okay, but she had a big bill last month and I'm still paying it off, and we are much further along than that progress bar would indicate, but in terms of what's left of it, right? Because I raised over half last time. So for the remainder of the thing, right? We're 23.33% of the way there. So if you want to help me out, that'd be super sick and I'd really appreciate it. Okay. Red Rooms. There are two sequences in this that are, well, three. There are multiple sequences in this that are like extremely fucked up and like will I think about them often and just like got under my skin and literally made my jaw drop, but there is one in particular, about 2/3 of the way through the film, that I mean, when it happened, my jaw was on the floor and I could not believe what I was watching. Um, if you've seen it, you know. I just everybody that I've heard talk about this movie, like they know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, it's uh, it's a whole thing. So yeah, amazing film. I loved it. The performances are incredible. The writing is just so tight. The editing is so good. Um, all of it fucking whips. Um, I meant to check this earlier. What else this guy has done? So I'd like to watch more of his films. Blast Beat. We got black metal shit. It ain't easy singing for a black metal band. Well, I mean, you gotta learn. You gotta learn like fry screams and maybe some false chord stuff. Maybe some throat singing. Maybe some clean singing if you want to get real bold with it. I mean, it's hard stuff, you know. For these short films, this is a feature. It's apparently pretty good. This dude's a punk guy. What? You hate fry screams? That's like what black metal vocals are. Like Dark Throne, those are totally fry screams, right? I was gonna try to do it and then I got cold feet. Can't. Fry screams are like what I can do, kind of. I'm not good at false chords. I haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, that's fair, but I think there's a lot of different ways you can do it. Like Dark Throne and Under Oath sound pretty different, you know? Um, I'd like to watch this too. Yeah, this guy's just like cooking, I guess, right? All right, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna get granular on harsh vocals because I don't get to do that very often. Anyway, I'm a fan. I don't know. Safest in like vocal health or safest is in like most accessible and easiest way to do it. Because I feel like false chord screams are more like what historically people have done, and fry screams are kind of a newer thing. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I think that for vocal health stuff, yeah. I don't know that that's true because false chords like the okay, we're getting granular. I apologize. Um, Gary, you don't need to keep deleting your messages. They're fine. You're allowed to be lost. This is not generally what I talk about. But like from what I understand, false chords are like different tissues that are like made to rumble like that when you make those sounds. And so like as long as you're isolating them correctly, like that shouldn't damage your voice at all. Whereas like fry screams are actually like the vocal cords that are like buzzing together. And so if you do that incorrectly at all, you have much more likelihood of fucking up your voice because you're actually uh activating your vocal cords. I think I'm understanding that correctly, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm not particularly good at it, but I have learned a lot about it. So, okay. We're going to move on. Um nerding out about voice stuff. Um okay. What's next? Last weekend. Okay, I I reviewed this box set for Punk Vacation. I didn't like it like really at all. So, since I've already done reviews for these, we can kind of get through them a little bit fast, but you know, also I'm just a little bit distracted because I see how far behind I am from when I'm speaking and when it shows up on the stream, and I think that that's just how it is, but um I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I watch other live streamers and they ask questions and they get an answer pretty fast because there's like not as much of a delay or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because they have a million people like raring to go, you know? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Jeff, you are pretty old school, you know? Like Napalm Death isn't doing like fry screams and shit, you know? Um anyway, what was I talking about? These films. Last Weekend, the Bizarre Ones. These are like kind of like kinky sexploitation films from the 60s, so like they're black and white. They're relatively pretty tame. Uh I just think it's funny that I just said the words fry screams and then that was like a whole thing. They're tame, but they're also pretty kinky for the time. They're just really amateurly put together. They're not very good. The Yeah, they're not quite like Nudie Cuties, like something like this compared to like what's the name of the one? Nude on the Moon, you know, where it's literally just I mean the thinnest veneer of plot. Like they try a little bit in these. But this is the I got it over there. The Ron Sullivan set from Distropix. Um and then Scorpio 70 is an attempt at like a real screenplay. Kind of like a spy thriller type thing. It's really bad. It's really poorly written. It's not good. It's boring as shit, but like, you know, they tried. I'll give it to them. They tried, right? It's good to try things. But hey Anthony, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Leo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. She's trying to groom herself, but she can't because she has the cone on, so she's just licking her cone, and it sounds weird. um, what am I talking about? Oh, the bizarre ones was indeed bizarre enough that I like liked it a little bit, but you know, just wasn't that great. Anyway, let's move on from those. Barbara Broadcast. This is a pornographic film that I had to find. I think I watched this on Plex. Well, I'll tell me in a second because yep, Plex. Um, yeah, I really liked this. This is one of the more like porno chic titles or whatever. It's kind of like more famous and more acclaimed, higher budget, but it's just beautiful. Like it's really well shot. I know that this was in the Distripix catalog, so I really hope that they re-release it. Or actually, I could see Melusine sort of doing this for a 4K, you know, because it is that gorgeous, and I think it would look really great. Now that I'm thinking about it, speaking of adult titles, Joe Rubin was like popping off in the Blu-ray forums, kind of like, kind of like, hey y'all, it's frustrating that you guys ask for things on the adult film front and then they don't sell well. Like, we have so many films we could be putting out, but they just don't sell. And people get upset about re-releases, but like the things we're re-releasing are like fucking 20-year-old out of print DVDs that are now in print on Blu-ray, and like how could that be a bad thing, right? But he was saying like, hey, we put out Alexandra and we put out the Ribald Tales of Canterbury, the former being a new release, the latter being a re-release, and the re-release sold better, like by a lot. So he was like, so y'all ain't buying it, you know? Like, or y'all are saying you want this, but like the numbers aren't quite there yet. So it was frustrating. If you have an interest in this stuff like I do, try to buy this. Try to buy these titles. They're good. They put a lot of work into them. They're really well made and like well restored. They have good context on them, and a lot of the times they're good movies. So check it out. But Barber Broadcast, I really, really enjoyed. Trying to think, how would Letterboxd describe the plot of this? Yeah, I'm not saying you gotta buy every release either. Like getting some here and there, I think is good. As long as you're shopping on there, if you're like a regular physical media person, as long as you're shopping on that site every once in a while, I think that's fine. You know, a film in 4 courses in a restaurant in New York. The menu is unusual, with some sauces some sauces prepared by waiters on the spot. In this scenery, at another table, a reporter interviews a famous prostitute. Yeah, so like dudes will come on your salad in this restaurant if you ask them to. That's kind of the thing. Or they'll fuck you if you ask them to, you know? It's not very sanitary, but it's personal, you know? You get very personalized customer service here, you know? It looks like the next person to watch this will be viewer number 666, so keep that in mind. Incentive to watch it, perhaps. Uh oh, suddenly last summer. This movie rules, dude. I grabbed most of the adult titles from them before Melusine was a thing. Now it's one every couple of months or so. Is that because of the re-releases or waning interest? Or both? Because I could imagine if you already have everything, there would be less incentive to grab the stuff. But I mean, just my perspective, like I'm not a DVD person, so like if I had all those old DVDs and they were coming out on Blu-ray, I would probably buy them again. Um, yeah, you know, Vinaigrette, that's a classic. uh, I tried to come up with a ranch joke in there somewhere, but it didn't happen, you know? Um, I don't know. People like creamy dressing. You know what I'm saying? So not that far fetched. Most of the stuff I wanted was released when it was still on the VS. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Like a lot of those Blu-rays, yeah, were on the VS site. Yeah, yeah. I do feel like the branching off thing has been a double-edged sword for them. In that it has its own space. There's more room for more announcements, but people forget about it. You know, I'm trying to do my part to help people remember, but it is what it is. Vinaigrette syndrome. That's a banger comment, Brendan. Good job. Vinaigrette syndrome. Hell yeah. Um, Suddenly last summer. This is a classic sort of Southern Gothic horror adjacent thriller, drama, classic Hollywood type beat. Yeah, it's really great. Trying to think what else I could say about it. You know, having the letterbox summaries right in front of me is helpful because I can kind of be like, oh, yeah, 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 and then go from there. The only son of wealthy widow Violet Venable dies while on vacation with his cousin Catherine. What the girl saw was so horrible that she went insane. Now Mrs. Venable wants Catherine lobotomized to cover up the truth. Right, 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 right. Okay. Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor, Catherine Hepburn. Yeah, just like awesome, incredible performances here. A great script. This is based on a play, and like you can kind of tell, but I like movies that are based off of plays. I know that that's sometimes said as like a negative. Uh, but I don't know. I like films with like a lot of script, a lot of dialogue, you know what I mean? And yeah. Yeah, this is a lot. This is actually yeah, because this is 59. This is a surprisingly progressive film, I think, about mental health in general, but specifically women's mental health, like the way that women like that are problematic or that need to be put away or not listened to or whatever are like categorized as just insane, and then like we can just put a fucking needle in their brain and like fix it, you know, like shut them up, you know, like psychology, psychiatry, mental institutions as a sort of tool for control and as a tool for like enforcing social norms, which to be honest, I feel like that's a valid critique today, but like especially in the 1950s, it's especially prevalent, right? There's also a lot of queer stuff going on here. I won't spoil it or say anything, but there's absolutely this is absolutely a queer film. And like I don't even think that that's particularly like I think that that is more overt in the source material. There's some like kind of incestuous vibes going on here too. I'm just saying you could put this as a soft entry into the ICU. I think it's borderline, but we could make a case for it, you know. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just got like this really intense climactic sequence. It kind of goes there in ways that I wasn't expecting for the time. It's just pretty intense. Joseph Mankiewicz directed. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what else. Oh, All About Eve. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Cleopatra. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hi. Can y'all hear her? She's crying. She wants something. She wants to be back on camera, I guess. Oh, yeah. Do you want to say hi again? She wants to say hi again. So there she is. There she is. Baby mode. Oh. I know you're in your cone. I know you hate it. It's so much. It's so much, V. Yeah. Pluto, your friends say hi. Hello. Hello. I'm sorry, Pluto. A little too much. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I got you. Okay. That's suddenly last summer. Oh, the reason the if you're a patron of Sam Deegan, you get an audio version of her essay that she did for the Indicator release, which is great because I just had the standard edition, so I was missing that essay, and her work is always amazing, and that essay is excellent. But you get to hear it. You get to hear it in her own voice, which is very cool. So check that out. Next, Captain Lust. This is a pirate musical porn. I watched this because I'm going through the back catalog of the Rialto Report, and they did a full episode on this, which was really fascinating. That movie's not very good. Let's just keep it real. It's okay. It was, I think, the most expensive pornographic film ever made at the time that it was made. And I gotta say, the songs are terrible, but I still can have this theme song is still in my head a little bit. Like when I just saw it and I just read the title, immediately the song is in my head. There's some real stinkers in here in terms of the music, but there it is. And hey, guess what? This one's on my Plex server. So, patrons, you know what it is. you can watch Captain Lust as part of your patronage. You get the real benefits. Fans with parasocial relationships with benefits. That's what we're doing here, right? Okay. Okay, sweetie. I mean, go watch it. You know, it's there. It's not in the best quality. I think it's a VHS rip, but it's like 1080p, so it's, you know, it's okay. But it's on there. Hell yeah, Twilight, New Moon, let's go. Val, who's not in the chat yet today. I imagine he'll watch this on the replay, but him and I and our friend, is it better than Driller? What is Driller? I'm not actually sure what that is. Like the Driller Killer? I don't know. We've been going through the Twilight movies, you know, for fun. And I liked them when they came out, and then I like decided that was embarrassing, and I like retconned it such that I didn't like them, and now I'm rewatching them, and I'm like, eh. I mean, they're bad, but they're campy and they're fun. I like them, you know? I think that they're a good time. The porno spoof of Thriller. I'm guessing you mean Thriller like the Michael Jackson video and not Thriller A Cruel Picture? Because that would be in poor taste and also strange to do a porn parody of a hardcore film. Yeah. Okay, see, we're having a dialogue with a very limited delay. So that makes me feel better. Okay. Next is Hard Eyes. I did a review of this. It's on my shorts page, but I think this movie kind of sucks. I think that the script is really bad. I think it's trying to be funny and it's really not. I think that like the I don't know. I don't think the slasher elements work. I don't think the rom-com elements work. I don't really think that the combinations of the two of them work. I just think that this movie's kind of bad and it goes on forever. It was kind of painful sitting through that in the theater, unfortunately. Next is The Passions of Carol. I rewatched this with the audio commentary. Did I talk about this in the last edition of this? Maybe. I don't know. In any case, it's weird, but I enjoy it. And it is now in my collection because I bought it off Chris. He had he has his own copy of it, and so the one that he bought for me to review, I was gonna send back to him, but I was like, I'll just buy it off of you, so I bought it off him. Oh boy. Yeah, the comedy in Hard Eyes, it's like kind of like way too online, but it doesn't really understand online humor, but also the jokes are too late. Like I couldn't believe that we were doing paper straws bits in the year of our Lord 2025. Like when were paper straws last relevant? Like 2018 maybe? Like who gives a shit about paper straws anymore? Like, yeah, you don't even really see them anymore. I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh boy, Despiser. What did I write about this? Yeah, this is very obviously awful, and its pace and runtime created a genuine endurance test, but I reserve the right to change my rating to a 10 out of 10 if I suddenly see the light of its singular auteur-driven genius and vision. We might be taking a risk. Dude, it's so bad. I'm so tempted to pull up a trailer or something of this on YouTube. And just because I can't really explain to you how bad this thing looks. Yeah, you know what? You know what? We're fucking doing it. We're watching this together. I can't give it justice. And again, I can't fucking play this through the goddamn... I gotta figure it out. But anyway. Hi Pluto. Y'all ain't ready for this shit. Maybe I'll just keep the sound off, but all right. The sound isn't working at all, but you can at least enjoy the visuals here and just kind of understand what we're dealing with here. Oh man. The cover art looks like a bargain bin PS2 game. The thing is, the movie looks like that. Look at this shit. So this is like a Christian horror movie. Um, okay, I'm not trying to get copyright struck here. Uh, yeah. Um, sorry, Pluto is kind of messing up my mic placement here, so if the sound is all over the place, I apologize. Um, but this is a Christian horror movie about somebody who goes to purgatory and has to like fight the devil or something, and it is so long and the pacing drags so much, and the aesthetic and the special effects are so terrible and so hideous that they kind of become singular unto themselves, you know? Like there is at a point where you're like, this might be brilliant. Like it's kind of incredible. Um, just the sheer dedication to something this terrible and like clearly without any money, they just fucking went for it, you know? And like it is very overtly religious. But that just feels like it's just his genuine beliefs. I don't know that it is like something that was created specifically to proselytize. More so like this is somebody who wanted to make movies and this is just something that he knew and felt passionate about. So that's what the movie ended up being about, you know? Um, I don't really know how to diagnose the propagandistic nature of something like this, but there you have it. It's mainly just slow and painful, and like it's like 2 hours fucking long, and it feels like it, you know? Oh, we just keep going. Hidden secrets. More Christian slop. Oh man. Yeah. A young man finds himself torn between his current girlfriend and an old flame at a friend's funeral where lifestyles and attitudes clash over a long weekend. Yeah, this is just like a movie about how it's bad to have premarital sex and like these people's version of like a love triangle and like guilt and relationships. It's just all deranged and like completely psychotic and like David AR yes, at a funeral. Um I don't know why this dude is in so many of these bad Christian movies, but he is. He shows up in a lot of them. I think he's friends with David A.R. White. Because there he is. And he's in a few of these movies. Yeah, he's in a lot of these fucking movies, dude. He was in this one. He was in Brother White, the really racist one too. I think he's about this life, you know? The Christian slop. He lives and dies by it, you know? Um and sorry, I just got a message from like a fucking landlord trying to sell me on something. We'll see. Um what was I talking about? Oh, the funniest scene in this is when he's like trying to impress his ex-girlfriend and he gets his old band back together like on the spot at this like function or whatever, and so like having not practiced in like 20 years, they just take the stage and sound perfect, and like the second his voice kicks in, it's the most obvious dub you've ever heard. Like it's so clearly the band that they hired to like do music for this singing instead of him. It's rough. So there's that. I don't know. David A.R. White's movies, they're not as fun to talk about because they're just kind of like, yeah, they're just kind of like competently made. You know, it's not like this level of sheer incompetence that is like a train wreck or whatever. Like, it's just bad ideas and like very average filmmaking. But they're not usually so ludicrously offensive that it's like fun to talk about. Like Donald James Parker, that guy's the man. He makes the most offensive shit, and it is so poorly constructed that it just works on multiple levels. How deranged and like kind of fun to watch it is, you know? So there's that one. What's next? Magic Candies. Okay, so I did reviews for all of these. These are the Oscar-nominated shorts. I got to see these at a theater, which was very cool. By the way, we're coming up over halfway through this. We're at $70. If we could get to 100 at least tonight, that would be really fucking awesome, and I would appreciate y'all very much. So, just throwing that out there. Yo, that was quick. Thank you. A, $50. Goddamn, dude. Y'all fucking came through on that fast. Thank you. I don't know who A is. If you want to say hi in the chat, but I'm running this shit back. A plus from me. You get an A in being a cool fucking person and helping me out, and I love you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. That was too fast. I like made this pitch and it like immediately, you know? So can we get halfway then? Can we get 150? That'd be fucking sick, you know? Anyway, thank you. Seriously, drop your name in the chat or whatever, and like we can all say thank you. I mean, people should say thank you anyway. Everybody shouts the fuck out to A. Drop those fire emojis. Shout out A in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you. Okay, so yes, I did reviews of all these Oscar shorts. Magic candies. This is about a Japanese boy who acquires some magic candies, and it allows him to talk to various elements in his life. Yes, thank you, A. Is that Anthony? I guess not, because you said thank you. We got the quintuple A in the chat. The elite battery, I guess. Yes, thank you all. We ought to hype these people up for their contributions because it's really appreciated. What am I doing? Oh, magic candies. Scatterbrained. You know, I was saying this earlier today, yesterday, where sometimes I think I definitely don't have ADHD, and sometimes I think I definitely do have ADHD. And it's times like this where I'm just like fucking all over the place, where I'm like, huh? But then there are the organizational skills of some of the ADHD people in my life. I don't know, you know? Sometimes I'll see them and it is so diametrically opposed to how I function that I'm like, I see the disconnect here, you know? So I don't know. We might be an ADHD gang. We might just be an autism gang. I'm not sure, you know? I'm like so certain that I'm autistic, but ADHD, jury's out on that one. Magic candies. This little guy, he gets to talk to the different elements in his life. He gets to talk to the couch, which is fun. Hell yeah. Brendan, you're funny. Keep it up. And the sweetest sequence is when he gets to talk to his dog. Like, I think we all want to be in that position where we get to talk to our pets, you know? And maybe it wouldn't be as sweet as it is in the film. Maybe we'd talk to our dogs and they'd just say, like, awful racist shit or or something. Or they would just, like, hate us. They'd just be like, oh, I can finally lay into you, you piece of shit. But, I don't know. I feel like my cats would be sweet to me and not say racist shit if they could talk. I don't know. I like to think so, right? But I really liked this. I thought it was really sweet. And, I don't know how easily accessible any of these are at this point. Like, can you watch this anywhere? Not streaming. Bummer. You know, I would really like, can because like whatever company is able to get these together for theatrical distribution, like it would be really cool if they could throw together Blu-rays too. You know, wouldn't that be neat if it was like 2025 Oscar shorts complete collection, 15 films on a disc that you have in your collection. That might be tough because sometimes Disney stuff is fucking nominated, but you know, somehow they get it in the theater, right? So I don't know, make it happen. I don't know. I have no idea how this works. Logistically, it actually seems really challenging to get all the shorts in theaters. You know, that seems like a hard thing to do, but they do it. So what can you do? In the Shadow of the Cypress, this is the Iranian film about PTSD. I really like it because it's not villainizing people who really struggle with like violent mental illness, but it's also not excusing that behavior. Um, like this is just a straightforwardly like abusive patriarch who behaves this way not because he wants to, but because this is a symptom of his illness, you know? I just I've really been connecting lately with nuanced portraits of complicated, morally flawed people. And I just really like to see compassionate depictions of people who are typically thought of as like villainous or evil or only behaving in bad ways because I don't know, they're a bad person or because they choose to be that way, you know. And I think that it's a silent film. It's really beautifully illustrated, and I think that it portrays these themes in a way that's really touching and really beautiful. So this was my favorite, and it also is the one that won, which is pretty cool. Next is Yuck from France. This is a film, coming of age film about kids who first encounter wanting to kiss and wanting to and not wanting to kiss, right? They want to be grossed out by it, but that's what they want to do. It's really cute and sweet, and I liked it a lot. Jeff, thank you for hanging out and being so active in the chat. It's really appreciated. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day at work. I know working fucking sucks, but it is what it is. You have a good night as well. Thank you. What else we got? Wander to Wonder. This was the one that a lot of people really loved that felt like it should be in my wheelhouse. It just didn't work for me. I don't know. Didn't do it for me. I don't know. You know, I just thought it was fine. It's weird. I liked that. It's kind of fucked up and bizarre. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I got it. I was like, I don't know what happened there. I don't really understand that. It just was a thing, you know? But it was cool. And then Beautiful Men, I liked a lot. This was a film about some balding dudes that go to is it Turkey? Istanbul, yeah. To get yeah, hair transplant operations. And it's just kind of like their I don't know, interactions. It's kind of like philosophical existential musings, kind of a treatise on masculinity and that sort of thing. I dug it. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of dick in it, which is cool. There's a decent amount of penis in Wander to Wonder too. So there was a lot of dicks in the animated shorts this year, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. um, yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking, and then I got distracted. Trying to think how I could do this, but I don't know. Maybe it oh, it does it automatically. Okay. This is terrible radio. Okay. Next was the live actions, because I actually double featured, or 10 times featured this at the theater. The screenings were back to back, so we went and saw all of them. The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. I thought that this would win, and I think that would have been really cool, honestly. But it's essentially just about us like a fascist fucking government that like stops a train and like tries to weed out the undesirables, and you know, how people react to that, like how allies react, how the people targeted react. how people who aren't allies react. You know, it's a fairly relevant film in this day and age. It's only gotten more relevant since I fucking saw it, like not even a month ago. God damn it. Like, now that the fucking Trump administration is like disappearing people, like protesters and immigrants and fucking gang members, and they're just like being deported to like hell on earth in El Salvador and like just disappearing if you lead protests against genocide, you know, like you do. Chill fucking shit, right? It's really awesome to be living in fascism as a person in the group of people arguably most targeted. Really sick. Okay. Anuja. This one was really cute. Um, up until the end. So this one was it's about these two little Indian girls who work in a factory, and one of them is like really smart. I can't tell if you're being facetious or not, but um uh yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm like, should I ban this person? Should I ban this person? I'm out here talking about potentially being like murdered by the state, and you're out here like, yeah, that's fucking sick. So, I don't know. Maybe test out my blocking powers. Unless you're being facetious. I don't know. In any case, Anuja. Yeah, it's a film about two girls in India who work in a factory. And what else? Oh, one of them is like really smart, and it's kind of like shit, there's another film I saw recently that's like this, and I can't remember what it was. I'm blanking. Whatever. Um in any case, yeah, really. Um yeah, Brendan, you're right. Mm-mm-mm. That is distracting me, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay. Uh, what am I talking about? Anuja. Yeah, it's just hey, Daddy Blood Fart. Thanks. That's an insane name, but I appreciate it. 20 bucks. You're the best. Thank you. We're almost halfway. Who wants to be the last 10 bucks? Come on. You don't need $10. I should be nicer. Thank you all so much. Daddy Blood Fart fucking hard. Let's run that shit back. Hell yeah, dude. Thank God for Daddy Blood Fart indeed. Um yeah. What else? Um thank you. Yeah, if 10 more bucks we're halfway. And then when we're all the way, this vet bill is fully paid. It's just fucking done. And that would be incredible. So, anyway, one day I'll finish talking about this goddamn fucking movie. Um yeah, I try to remember this other film that's like similar to it, where like somebody has to like take a test that's like really important, and they can't make it on time. Maybe somebody can help me out with that. If there's another movie that sounds like that. I want to say Where is the Friend's House, but that's not quite right. Um but yeah, at the end of it, you kind of like, as the credits are rolling, I'm like, well, that was a sweet little movie. It's got like this ambiguous ending. I'm like into it. And then it has like its little spiel at the end where it's like, oh, these are all real people. Da 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 da. And then it shows the actors like watching their own movie, because they're not actors. They're like actually kids living in these situations, and like it's fucked up. You know, I just feel like it's really weird, like white Christian missionary fucking energy being weird, and I'm not really into it, you know what I mean? I think it's kind of whack. So, um, yeah. And then I looked at the. Okay, this is mean, but here we go. Whatever. When I got to the end of that, and I said exactly what I just said to you all, where I was like, this is white missionary Christian behavior. I was like, what does this director look like? He's not. There's not a picture of him here. It's on. It's on here though. Just take a guess what this man looks like. Hello? Come on, IMDb. I'm trying to do a bit here. Help me out. It's being slow as fuck, dude. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. I don't know, man. You know, it's just a little sus. That's all. All right. Next is I'm Not a Robot. This one was fun. It was amusing. But it was really weird watching this like very soon after I watched Companion, because it's a very similar premise. I like almost want to say like, oh, I can't say what it is because I don't want to spoil Companion, but like, is there anybody who doesn't know what Companion is about? You know what I mean? Like, but like it's a woman who fails a CAPTCHA test, and so she's like considering if she's a robot. It's fun. I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite of the shorts, really, you know, but I liked it. Alien, this one was really good and really heartbreaking. We're gonna shit talk Trump some more, so if fucking Vic wants to pull through again, go for it. But this is a film about deporting people who have every right to fucking be here because they're human beings with lives and families who contribute to the goddamn economy, and also they're human beings in case you forgot that first part. Um, it's a film about a guy who's like trapped on his final interview for his green card to be deported um, away from his wife and children. It's really fucked up. Let me make sure I got the details of that right. Pull this up. Yeah, on the day of their green card interview, a young couple confronts a dangerous immigration process. It's a really clever title too, that I enjoyed a lot. And then The Last Ranger is my favorite of the short films that were made. It also does this thing that Anuja does where it like combines amateur actors with real actors, and it's like, but this one is like blending documentary with fiction, like it's incorporating elements of like real footage and stuff like that. Um, and I don't know, it's really heartbreaking, it's really inspiring, and it's really beautiful. I liked it a lot. It's about poachers. Um, And poachers are a group of people that are extremely easy to villainize and kind of paint as monsters. And like you do see the very real harm and the very real violence that these people enact. But I actually think that there is a touch of sympathy for them as human beings. And I think that that's really admirable because it's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to empathize with people like that. But, you know, there's this really kind of telling scene. Yo, we got the last $10. For Pluto, Aragorn runs into battle. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. High volume video, you're the best. We're at a cool 50%. Hell yeah, y'all. Thank you. You're the best. Running that shit back. And then I'm typing in the chat. I'm hyping up my own chat. Let's go. Shouts out to high volume. We at percent. Let's go. Can we make it? We're not going to make it to 100%. But that's okay. It's going to be sick anyway. I mean, maybe we'll make it to 100%. And you know what? I'm thinking small, you know? I'm thinking small, and I need to get my fucking head in the game, you know? We can do this shit. Anyway, what was I saying about The Last Ranger? There's this really telling scene, this really important scene where, hold on, I'm just gonna try something real quick because I'm curious. Yeah, that didn't do anything. And then let me try this. Does this work? Hello? Go back. Oh no, I fucked up. Wait. Now I'm just testing things. Hold on. Does that work? Okay, I just reset it. So that did kind of work with what I was trying to do. Yo, Amscray with the 20 bucks. Let's go. Y'all are the best. We're fucking doing the thing. Hell yeah, dude. This is my one chat that says test. People, light up the chat for me real quick. I would appreciate that. Everybody say shout out to fucking Amscray. Let me type that in the chat so people know how to say it. Hell yeah. All right, let's get the shouts out in the fucking chat. And then I'm gonna run this back. Thank you, Brendan. Did it work? Yeah, boy, let's go. Hell yeah. All right, I'll just be transparent about what I was trying to do. The fucking message was bothering me, and it was still on the screen instead of not in the chat. And I was curious how I could make that refresh, and it worked. But now I have to like kind of refill the screen with chats. Anyway, that's accurate. Brendan, thank you. Anyway, I'm glad we got a shitty comment because it helped me learn how to do more things here, you know? I'm still learning. This is my third? Yeah, my third solo live stream in this format, not using StreamYard, which is, you know, you have to pay for it, but it really is easy. Like, they do everything for you, which is nice. But I'm trying to be fancy, you know? I'm trying to do this shit DIY as fuck, you know? Anyway. The Last Ranger. Okay, I feel like I've started this thought like 3 times, and I'm gonna actually finish it this time, unless another donation comes through, and then I'll get interrupted. But that's okay. You're paying to interrupt me, so that's fine. Um, yeah, they're showing the poacher, and like it's like this poor black man, like who's about to shoot this rhino, but he's like doing it at the behest of like this rich fucking white guy, and like that's kind of how it is, you know? Like it's not just like poor Africans, just like, you know, summoning the evil in their heart to go kill endangered animals. Like they're doing it because there is a black market for rhino horns and shit. Basically, that's what it is. Rhino horns and elephant tusks. People think it has medicinal properties. Which, to get on another one of my hobby horses, when people ask, oh, why do you care about pseudoscience? Why are you always calling out fucking pseudoscience? Like, who cares? Let people believe what they want to believe. If they think it works for them, what's the harm? This is the harm. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if we're not doing evidence-based shit, then stuff like this happens, you know? And like, to be clear, it would be wrong even if, well, I think so. I think I'm willing to say it would be wrong even if it did have like really amazing medicinal properties. But if it did that, I don't know, people would find a way to do this on a more, like, it would then have to be on an industrial scale, and thus, I mean, we would we would fix the problem of endangered species, but then we would be back in the problem of like animal abuse and slaughterhouses and shit. I'm getting out in the weeds with this stuff, but like essentially fucking uh poachers exist because pseudoscientific beliefs fund the murder of endangered animals, and that's really fucked up. But this is sort of outlining, it's a film about anti-poachers, like the people who hunt the poachers or like try to stop them or whatever, and they're fucking brave, badass people doing really dangerous work for animals, and I think that that's really admirable and really cool. Anyway, this was my favorite of the shorts. It's definitely like a message film for sure, but it's a good message, and I think it's well constructed and well made. So, and interesting in its form. So, yeah. Have I heard of a film called The Company of Strangers? You think I'd love it? I have not. Let's pull that shit up. Hello? Maybe I have, and I'm just forgetting about it. The Company of Strangers. Is this streaming? It's not streaming. Bummer. 1990, Cynthia Scott. It's on my watch list. I've heard of it at some point. Yeah, this looks cool. It's on Tubi. It's got a crazy high rating. Um, I don't think it's in the top 250, because I think it would say that, but that's really cool. Who's Cynthia Scott? That name is familiar. Maybe not. I've not seen any of her films. Unless she's also in stuff? No. Hmm. Alright, well thanks for the recommendation. I'll check it out. Um, yeah, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. You can't see it, but right there, I have 3 figures from Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Hold on, let me bring up. Let's do a show and tell. I'm bringing a prop. Hold on, 1 second. Just to show you, just to really illustrate how much I fucking love Wallace and Gromit. 1 second. All right, so we got this guy. We got the Wallace. All right, and he got his little vegetable garden and shit. Right. And then we got the Gromit, and he's got his fucking bunny that he's caught. Right. And then we have Lady Toddington in her vegetable garden. I found this one at Second and Charles for a very reasonable price. And I was like, they got fucking Lady Toddington in here? That's just so sick. I'm like realizing that I should be back here to like actually talk into the microphone instead of just like yelling. But I saw that at Second and Charles and I was like, that's so sick. I gotta get this. And I was like, wait, did they do more of these? And so I tracked down the Wallace and the Gromit on eBay, and there's more of them. They have the giant fucking were rabbit. Um, maybe I'll complete the collection. They got Macintosh too. Thank you for letting me do my little autistic show and tell, my little nerd out session about my Wallace and Gromit figurines. Can you imagine how cool it is when I bring people into my bedroom and it's just that, and then there's Godzilla figures, and then it's like the fucking Forbidden Planet, Robbie the Robot, and I got my Criterion sets up. Look, the fucking Riz goes crazy. Is all. That's all I'm saying. Um, what else? I got a notification from my bank. Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, there's that. Um, that is all to demonstrate how much I love Wallace and Gromit. Um, and so yeah, Curse of the Were-Rabbit is one of my favorite films of all time. The Riz Dungeon is correct. That's what it is around here. Like, shit's going shit's going down underneath the one sheets. My vintage horror posters, Nosferatu, the Vampire, and Witchfinder General. Look, the Riz goes crazy in the fucking dungeon over here. The catacombs, you know what it is. I am a big Wallace and Gromit fan. They are very special in my heart and soul, you know? Anyway, I love that movie a lot, and so I really was hoping to just adore this new one. Um, I watched it as part of my Oscar run. Uh, and I don't know, it's pretty good. I wish it was better, you know? Like, what did I write in my review? Oh yeah, the Norbots, the little gnome guys. I just thought that whole thing was kind of lame. I just didn't love it, you know? I don't know. It's fun. Maybe I'd like it more on a rewatch. If now that my expectations are out of the way. But like it's decent. Like it's still an entry in the canon, as it were. And it's still got really good jokes in it. It was weird to hear the Wallace voice say the words AI. That was just kind of surreal. Yeah, this is also the first one that's made after the original voice actor died. The guy who's doing it now does a good job. He's very convincing, but you know, it is what it is. White Christmas. I rented the 4K and watched this. I watched this because I remember watching it and I remember hating it, but also I couldn't remember a single thing about it. And I know it's like an acclaimed classic, and so I'm like, okay, I should give this another shot. And like the restoration is gorgeous, but it is one of those musicals where like nothing really happens and it's just not really my thing, you know? It's I was gonna say it's fine, but like I don't know. It's more like it's there. It exists. It's a film that you can watch. um. Okay, now we're getting into the Oscar documentary shorts. Yeah. Um. I'm starting to get a little coming up on 2 hours. I'm getting a little tired, but you know what? We're doing the marathon sessions for Pluto, so you know if you wanna uh after we get caught up, I'm just going to be doing like weekly updates so I can get more in depth. They'll be fresher in my mind and I won't have to talk about fucking 45 films in a stream. But we're doing it for this baby right here. I don't know if you can hear her. It, Pluto, do it again. Hello? She's not doing it on command. Can you believe it? A cat not cooperating. Okay, can you hear her? She's like crying. Um, she's like, no, fucking get out, get on it. You got shit. You got fucking bills to pay, bitch. That's what she said. That's word for word. Anyway, if you wanna help motivate me get through the rest of this, you know what to do. Anyway, I'm trying to be less obnoxious about asking for money, you know. But this is a fundraiser stream, so you know. Okay. Instruments of a Beating Heart is another one from Japan. I did review these already, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper on them because I had 3 minutes total to talk about 5 movies, which is kind of a lot. Or not enough, as it were. But this one is about these first graders? Yeah, and they're graduating to second grade. Um, and um, their task for graduation is to perform Ode to Joy for the incoming class. And you kind of follow this one girl who tries out and like gets to play like timpani, I think, or something like that. Or I, I honestly forget. She plays something. Um, it's really cute, you know. It's nice to see this like little slice of life from a very specific place and time. But I guess the problem I had with it is there's a lot of like tough love stuff going on there. There's a lot of like they're just kind of mean to these kids a lot of the time, and that makes me sad, you know? And the film doesn't really do much to protest that or like say anything about it, which they're not obligated to do that necessarily, but I wish it was more interrogative of some of the harsher practices that are being depicted here. Incident, I would have been really happy if this won. It did not, but I would have been happy if it did. This is a sort of like I guess it's like a found footage documentary or something like that. I'm not really sure how you would categorize something like this, but it is just security cam and body cam footage from a murder of an innocent black man kind of pieced together into like a sort of narrative sort of essay documentary film. It's really it's experimental. It's really well done. It's very kind of harrowing, and sad and unfortunate, but it's really important. And uh, I don't know. I still think about this film a lot. I got pulled over the other day actually, and this was definitely something I thought about. Uh, it's still a cab. 1312. Fuck the police. Fuck them all. That's my take. Maybe not the best thing to say when I'm trying to be on people's good side and make money here, but that's how I feel. And I think that that is accurate to the world and data. uh, this next one I have a lot to say about. I Am Ready, Warden. I didn't get to say much about it in my short review because I'm just thinking about police again. If y'all want to drop some ACABs in the chat, go for it. That would be fun for me. This is the one I covered last in my review, but it's also the one I had the most to say about, so I kind of had to rush it, but I'm gonna have to get on my soapbox a little bit again here and go on one of my hobby horses yet again about the death penalty and how much I hate it and despise it and oppose it and think it is just a completely outdated and barbaric institution to have in a civilized society, and how I don't think we should be granting the state the ability to kill people. This is kind of it, It's kind of insane to me for like, don't tread on me, fucking freedom, fucking Republicans to like love the death penalty. Like that's the most infringed upon your liberty you could possibly get from the state, and we're like, no, it's fine because it's the bad people. God forbid we take any amount of compassion or consideration into why people do the things that they do and how we could actually prevent that from happening in the future. No, let's just be reactive and punish people for the circumstances of their environment and their biology. That's the Christian way, I guess, right? This is a film about it's about, I mean, it's a documentary, obviously. You know what? Fuck it. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm just gonna let Letterboxd kind of help me out with basic plot synopses. In the days leading up to his execution, Texas death row prisoner John Henry Ramirez seeks redemption from his victim's son, an elegy about the death penalty where a prisoner seeks forgiveness. 1312 all day. Let's go, Brendan. You know what it is. Yeah, so this guy right here murdered somebody when he was younger, which is kind of weird that got him the death penalty, because I generally thought you had to do worse than that. And it was also like not first degree murder. It was like probably second degree because it was like in the course of a robbery. I don't know, weird thing. And so like the son of the guy who was murdered like has kind of made it part of his crusade to like make sure that this person gets the death penalty, essentially, right? And like this person is just completely remorseful, wants to do whatever he can to like repair the damage that he's done, and like writes poetry and just like is a reformed person who like has his own son and everything, And I don't know, I don't want to like spoil it too much. This one is actually streaming on something. Let me check. And I just really, really highly recommend that you all see it. Like if you're gonna watch a short film, yeah, it's on Paramount Plus. So if you're a person with that, you should absolutely check this out. Oh, Sand Hamwich, shout out. Love you, Celeste. Gotta run. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Daddy Bloodfart out. Shout out, yo, my friend. Before you go, I'll run back your donation one more time. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for putting me over to, I think you got me to the halfway mark or something like that. You had some kind of milestone that I appreciated, I think. Or maybe you just helped me feel better after I got a shitty comment. So thank you. Go watch this fucking movie. Okay, so like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I think it just goes to show that like, getting vengeance in this way, like seeking like almost a halfway, yeah, seeking vengeance in a way like is not the same as finding closure or like bringing your dead relative back or any of these other things. Like it's kind of a false promise of peace and security that this kind of blood vengeance offers you, And another thing that you really see here that I think is worth thinking about is like this dude also has a son. It's not his fault what this guy did, you know? It's not his mother's fault. It's not his family's fault. It's not his kid's fault. And now his kid has to like I don't know, you watch their last phone call together. It's a lot, you know, like this kid has to go through that and like he didn't deserve it, you know? Even if you think that this guy on the screen deserves everything that happened to him. His son doesn't. His son didn't do anything. And like, yeah, his son is still going to get punished in some capacity by his father being in prison. And we can have a conversation about prison too, but like the fact that his kid has to like have a conversation with his dad like minutes before his fucking execution and like then has to live a life without a relationship with his father because he's fucking murdered by the state is like, I feel like people don't think about that. They think about whether or not the person who did it deserves this. And like, that's a fine thing to debate or whatever. But like, you know, if you have a kid and like that kid ends up murdering somebody and is on death row, hey Ragnar, shout out. Thank you. Thanks for being here. 60%. Hell yeah. I'm gonna finish this diatribe real quick. But like, if you raise somebody and through no fault of your own, like they're, you know, there's a lot of reasons people act in antisocial ways or commit heinous crimes, like because they get caught up in like substance abuse or because they end up in poverty or because they had an injury when they were very, very young or something like that, or because you were a different person when you were pregnant and like you ended up drinking and like stuff like that. Like there's so many things that can happen that could lead a person to this kind of behavior that's not their fault, right? And like, let's say that all that happens and like you raise a kid that you love more than you love anything, and then that kid like is executed. You have to live with that, even though you didn't do anything, you know? It's really fucked up. I hope I hope I've made my point. I'm not really gonna apologize. This is how, you know what? You know what? Fucking one of my best friends, Ryan Verrill, he runs a very, very good program, Reconnected over there. He gets complaints for the people getting too political. Fuck that shit. That's what you're getting here, right? If you decide to hang out with me, you're getting full diatribes, okay? I don't beat around the bush about this shit. Like, that's what we're doing, you know? And I get that he's not running a political show. He's running a very specific show. I'm running the me show, and that's who I am. I'm fucking political. That's what I talk about. These are the things I care about, and that's what we're going to talk about. That's what you're going to hear if you want to hang around, you know? You don't have to. It's optional. Anyway, sorry. I'm on my soapbox hard. Ragnar, thank you for the $10. I appreciate you a lot. You got me to a cool even 60%. We are fucking chilling, dude. We're very close to this entire goal being met. This whole fucking... I'm going to take a second now because I just got really angry for a while. But I just want to be sappy and like, not congratulatory, I guess, but like appreciative, thankful for you all. Like when I was fucking sitting there in the goddamn emergency room waiting to see if my cat was going to be okay, and like I had to fucking sign off on $700, you know? Just like, I'm a person that literally, like, it's not even quite living paycheck to paycheck when like you go through your paycheck and then you have to put groceries on the credit card, you know? It's a little bit beyond that, you know? Like, and I'm doing better right now because of these streams where you guys have helped me out so much. And because I've been working my ass off trying to like make up hours to like pay for all this shit. But you know, that was a really dark moment for me, just like being in the fucking emergency room, just like wondering if my cat was going to be okay, and then like also how the fuck I'm going to pay for this, you know? And like y'all made that happen, so thank you. And now my cat's coming up. She says hello. She's hearing my tales of woe. Come here. Come say hi to your fans. They all love you. All right, Steven, I'm waiting for your funny thing. But in the meantime, we got a fucking cat. 27? Oh, nice. We're at 69%, bro. Let's go. Pluto says thank you. Look at her. How can you deny? This sweet baby. Oh, this was my very first cat, okay? This was the very first pet that was ever, like, mine. And I don't use the word owner because I don't like that. I don't feel as though I own living beings. I am their guardian and their parent, but this was my very first pet that was ever, like, just mine, you know? She's very special to me, so thank you. Thank you, Ragnar. Let's run that shit back for hashtag 69. Hell yeah. I feel like 69 jokes have been ruined a little bit because Elon Musk likes to make them so much, and anything that Elon says or does is instantly like the worst thing possible because he is the worst person possible. But, you know, we're reclaiming 69, you know? I got the 69 in the background. Look at that. Look at that. 69 love songs. It's never going to be completely lame, all right? Because, like, that's, like, maybe the best album ever made. Yo, I was at a Snow Stripper show, and I was wearing my 69 love song shirt, and like, the merch guy, like, pointed at me and was like, nice! And I was like, oh, you like the magnetic fields? He was like, what? And I was like, oh. And that wasn't me being facetious. I genuinely was like, oh, you like the band? But no, he was just like, 69, nice. And I was like, oh, okay. And I felt very awkward because I didn't really know what to say other than like, okay. You know? Anyway. Yeah, it is a great album, dude. I don't know. Y'all come through every time and I really appreciate it. Like for the first bit of this stream when like nobody was here and like I was kind of like, am I gonna get any donations today? But like y'all pull through every time. So thank you. The Only Girl in the Orchestra. This one is a very generous 6 out of 10. I really honestly didn't really like it. It's just a portrait of, here, let me just read it, because then I won't mess anything up. Trailblazing double bassist Orrin O'Brien never wanted the spotlight, pin in that. But when Leonard Bernstein hired her in 1966 as the first female musician in the New York Philharmonic, it was inevitable that she would become the focus of much interest and fascination. Yeah, so she's very clear that she doesn't want to be in the spotlight in the movie about her. And yet her daughter is just like, yeah, but you're so cool, so we're making this movie. And like, that's fine. But it feels like it's more about the daughter. It's more about she wants the attention. She wants the prestige of like having this cool person in her family and whatever. And like it won the Oscar, so like she got what she wanted. She like made it all the way to the top with this, you know? So good for her, I guess. But it was like at the expense of what the subject of this film actually wanted. I don't know. It was just kind of weird and lame that she did that at all. And then like the film itself is fine, but it's like, it's a PBS special, you know? There's nothing particularly groundbreaking or creative or unique about it. It's just kind of your straightforward, like, biographical documentary, you know? Sorry again that my mic placement is just crazy and all over the place. It's kind of hard with a cat in your lap, and she's just like, hello, let me bump into the mic all the time, you know? Okay. Death by Numbers. This one is, you know what? Brain is starting to go broke. 4 years after being shot with an AR-15 during the Parkland school shooting on February 14, 2018, Samantha Fuentes reckons with existential questions of hatred and justice as she prepares to confront her shooter. Yeah, so this is another one about the criminal justice system, about how we treat people who have committed heinous actions. It's definitely from a different perspective. It's from the victim's perspective, and it's of somebody who is like unremorseful and like genuinely still like a piece of shit. Yeah, at least from what I understand, he's just like straightforwardly a white supremacist who has no remorse for what he's done. And, you know, we can still talk about, and they do actually talk about in this movie, like, why he might be like that, and like how he had like he was abused and like malnourished and stuff growing up, and like that fucks up your brain. good reminder that like if you meet somebody who's like a fucking Trumper or like a white supremacist or whatever, there's probably something actually wrong with their brain. Doesn't excuse their bad behavior, and it sucks that they run the country, but it is what it is, right? Um, what was I saying? Oh, this is like, I don't know, you kind of just get to see her. It's like it's a narrative through her like eyes or whatever. And it's through her like poetry and stuff. And like, I think some people thought that it didn't really work and it was kind of pretentious, but, Jesus Christ. The fucking mass murderer. The Parkland shooter has a fucking Letterboxd entry now. That's something. Um, anyway, it's pretty artistic. It's pretty creative in how it's made, and it wrestles with difficult questions in a way that I think is thoughtful. And hello, I don't think it's quite as like bloodthirsty as some people maybe did. Like I think my friend Josh Hornbeck was not super stoked on how punitive it seemed to be. But I think that that's a valid interpretation of it. I just don't. That's not how I read the film. So I really liked this one. I would have been happy to see this one win. Unfortunately, they went with the safest, lamest option out of all of these. But whatever. What can you do? Okay. Gonna keep the mood light, but I'll say that I stopped buying discs because 2018 I was in a vet emergency with a $1,000 bill for my cat Clancy, credit card maxed, bank account empty. Dude, I fucking feel you. Went home, loaded up the car, and sold my entire collection at McKay's. So my Spider-Man is pointing at your Spider-Man. That's really hard, dude. I didn't have to do anything like that. I just had to build up a YouTube career over 3 years so that people could help me out. Oh, I missed this comment earlier. $10 is the least I can do for all the film knowledge you've dropped on me. I mean, sure. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. Sometimes it's weird when people say that I'm like teaching people things or something. I definitely don't consider myself like a historian or anything like that. I think I have something to offer in my analysis and how I can kind of fuse that with entertainment and kind of thoughtful presentation. But yeah, I don't know. I'm no like fucking Sam Deegan or something. Like she can drop knowledge for days, you know. But I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you feel that my content has been valuable for you. Pluto's being problematic. She's just all over the place. Dune, I finally watched this. I didn't see it when it came out. I have had the disc in my collection for a while, and I finally watched it because Dune 2 was going to be on my Oscar run, Best Picture run, you know. And I really enjoyed it. I need to revisit the David Lynch one because I just hear a lot of good cases for why it's actually really good. I just found it like astonishingly boring when I first watched it. And I know that he doesn't like it either, so you know. There's that, but yeah, this one is a lot of setup, you know. It's definitely a part 1, and it's good, it's well made, it's entertaining, but Dune Part 2, we'll talk about it later, is just like fucking amazing and the one that works for me the best, and completely worm-pilled me. But Dune 1, Denis Villeneuve, pretty good, you know. A complete unknown. I mean, we're getting into stuff that I did reviews for, so I can be a little bit faster because I'm getting tired. And part of me wants to stick it out until we hit this goal, but I don't think that's actually going to happen, and I can't be talking for fucking 3 hours today. So, you know, this is pretty close. And then next week we can clinch that last bit, you know? Hell yeah. Complete unknown. We got the Twink du Jour Timothée Chalamet double feature. It was pretty good, you know? It's a standard musical biopic, which I enjoy. And I thought it was pretty good for what it is. So, Emilia Perez, I fucking hate this movie. It is so bad. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and I am including all the Christian slop that I watch and talk about. This is as bad as any of those. And worse than some of them. It is just shocking, and it makes me angrier the more space and time we have from it that this got any amount of fucking attention, because it's such a piece of shit, terrible movie. You know what? I am gonna drop this in the chat. Don't watch this now, because, you know, you're watching me. But One second. It's probably not either of those. I don't want to shit talk anyone, so I will keep that thought to myself. Um, I'm gonna drop this video in the chat. When you're done watching this, if you want a really, really great video and analysis on Emilia Perez, go watch that video. It's amazing. It's genuinely one of the better pieces of film criticism I've ever seen, and like it's from a media analyst generally. It's way better edited than my fucking videos, but you know, Jesse is the best. Go check that out. Fuck this movie. Moving on. Doom Part 2, we're worm pilled as fuck. This movie rules. The only thing that I gotta be honest, I don't really like feel the character arc in the way that I want to, and I don't really feel the romance in the way that I want to. There's something missing there, but like it's just so good on every other front that I just kind of don't really care. I'm just like so sucked into all of this, and like it's pretty radical feeling. Like it's like I almost feel like the call of the caliphate of the jihad, you know what I mean? Like to free all oppressed peoples when I watch this fucking movie, you know? Hopefully that doesn't get me nuked off of YouTube, but, you know, y'all know what I mean. It's Dune shit, right? We're just talking fan fiction here. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I'm still here. Fucking incredible shit. A film I think about almost every day. Just insanely important, incredible stuff about dictatorships, fascism, disappearing innocent people. I've thought about this film a lot and thinking about, I believe his name is Mahmoud Kamil. The other ones, I don't even know all their names, but like people are just being disappeared for political speech, and it's fucked up. It's not okay, and it's happened before, and it is happening again. So that's really scary. Hopefully I'm still here 4 years from now, right? Nickel Boys, I don't even know what else I can say about Nickel Boys at this point. I've been talking this film up ever since I saw it. It's probably one of the best films I've ever seen. I read the book. I liked it so much, and then I read more books about this topic. I was so, I guess, enthralled by this. I really kind of want to see this again. I think I like the movie better than the book, but maybe I don't. I don't know. It's very close. They're both amazing. It won the Pulitzer Prize. Colson Whitehead, shout out. No, Andrew, I have not seen the Dune series that they did on HBO, but maybe I will check that out. Because I am officially worm-pilled. I'm really excited for Dune 3 to come out in IMAX so I can see it there. What else we got? Nickel Boys. Yeah. I just can't recommend this film enough for like its craft and its themes and its performances. It's just harrowing, beautiful stuff. In the Folds of the Flesh. Yeah, I didn't care for this. I'm trying to even remember what it was about or why I didn't like it. My mouse isn't working. Hello? Ugh. What is this fucking movie about? Police are in hot pursuit of a criminal who's evading capture on a speeding motorbike. He takes refuge in an overgrown castle's grounds and sees a pale woman burying a corpse in a shallow grave. 13 years later, after being recaptured and serving his sentence, the man returns to the castle intent on blackmailing maybe a few other things. Oh, I remember this movie. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a Giallo that didn't really work for me, unfortunately. And I mean, I guess it didn't work for a lot of other people either. A 2.9 is not the best score in the world, but I see that my friends are fans, so you know, I'd like to like this more, but it is what it is. Gotta go for now, Steven. See you later, friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your contributions. Hashtag 69. Let's go. Pluto's right here. She says bye-bye. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember much of this. I just thought it was fine, I guess. But I am going through that whole Giallo bundle on the Criterion channel, and this was one of them. The Girl Who Knew Too Much, another Giallo, and I did not like this one at all. Like, at all. I was kind of shocked how much I didn't like it, because it's fucking Mario Bava, you know? Yeah, it's weird. And here's my little review where I'm like, literally Blood and Black Lace came out a year after, and that's one of the best horror films ever made. Easily, maybe the best Giallo film ever made, and like this is the year prior, and it's just not good. This one has a much higher rating, so it must just be me, but I don't like this film, honestly. I think it was doing like comedy beats that didn't work for me at all. I don't know. I feel like comedy is something where like if it doesn't work for me, I just don't like it even a little bit, you know? Like if the jokes aren't working, the rest of it's not working. I don't know. Maybe I should be nicer about comedies, but yeah, this one didn't hit for me, unfortunately. Pluto, you're being a little bit problematic. Do you need to go? Do you need to go? You're just kind of all over the place, you know? Kind of all over me. And I shudder to think what the sound is like. Oh, we're almost done. Sing Sing. This one is a little bit on this inspiration porn side of things, or like it's got a little bit of the bootstraps mentality going on to it. It feels like a very safe movie about racism and about the criminal justice system and about incarceration. Like, I feel like I could recommend this to my mom, and that's a good and a bad thing, you know? It's good because it's accessible and it gets people thinking about these ideas, and it is a film that's honest. Um, but it also just feels like it gives easy answers a little bit, and it kind of lets the viewer off the hook by thinking that things will be okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. It is a really, really good movie, and Coleman Domingo puts in a really, really great performance. And the non-professional actors are really great too. I think it's really cool that like they actually hired formerly incarcerated people to make this movie. Again, I'm really big on like rehabilitative justice and like second chances and like giving people opportunities to grow and like become their best self. That's just can't imagine why, something I think about a lot. And this is a good manifesto for that. Um, yeah, and the amateur actors are really great. It does add a level of authenticity, and um, I do really like it. It's a great film. So, I just do have the vibe where I'm like, this feels a little bit too safe, but other than that, it's a great film, and I recommend it. Last one is We're Leaving. This one was really sweet and touching. I loved this movie. This is a short film that was leaving the Criterion Collection. Rusty and Veronica have to move out of their home and try to find a new place to live with their teenage alligator Chopper. Where leaving is a tender glimpse at one couple's quest for small triumphs in an uncaring world. Yeah, so this dude has an illegal alligator as his pet, and he's had this alligator for like 13 years, and he like lives in this trailer, and like the scumbag piece of shit landlord is just like, hey y'all, you gotta fucking go. Sorry. And they're just like, I've lived here for like half my life. What do you mean? He's just like, yeah, whatever. You gotta go in a month. Uproot your life or whatever. And he can't find anybody that takes the gator. I guess I won't spoil it, but it's really sweet. And I loved it. And that's how we're going to end February. I have a contentious relationship with alligators because they scare the shit out of me, but I also think they're really cool and they're very maligned creatures that don't deserve it. Be nice to alligators. Don't buy alligator skin shit. Look at him. Look at Chopper. Chopper cleared of any charges. He is innocent. He is very good. Anyway. No, that's not what I wanted. Give me back my letterbox. Whatever. We lost it. That's that. All right. We're done. We did it. 2 hours and 18 minutes. Not bad, yeah, right? $207. That's pretty good for 2 hours of work. And this is like, it is work, but it's like I enjoy doing this. I love hanging out with you all. I love talking about movies, yapping on the goddamn internet. It's just a lot of fun. So even though it's kind of tough on my voice, maybe we'll get used to it one day, right? Maybe I do a lot of vocal techniques for like singing and like screaming and harsh vocals and stuff. Maybe I need to be doing vocal warm-ups and vocal exercises for talking for 3 hours straight, Maybe. Brendan's watching this for sure. You should. It's delightful. Corey says more solo streams. Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Later, Brendan. Good luck with the bills. I appreciate it. That's it. I'm gonna give it like one more minute in case anybody wants to give any last minute donations, but we are going to run it all fucking back. Thank you, Mika. Thank you, High Volume Video. Thank you, Brendan. You can see all your messages too. It's lovely. Thank you, A. Still the mystery person. I don't know who this is, but $50. We really fucking appreciate it. You're the best. Thank you, Daddy Bloodfart. Thank you, High Volume Video again. There's your second message. Thank you, Amscray. Not sure who you are either, but thank you. And thank you, Ragnar. Twice. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it. You guys are the best. Oh, Pluto, you're right here. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody? Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Okay. Here's the Plute. Here's the Plute. She does not want to be here. So that's a quick little goodbye from the Pluto. Oh. All right. Sweetie, you're okay. Probably about time to feed them again and give her her medicine again. So we'll see how that goes, but thanks, y'all. And again, on a cool 69%, 2 hours, 21 minutes. You know what it is. Thank you all again. I love you all. We'll be back here again next Sunday, and I'll schedule it ahead of time so people have time to show up. And then I don't have to awkwardly vamp for 5 minutes with one person. So there's that. All right. It's almost the next day, so at least over here in Eastern Standard Time, gang. All right, I'm just going to call it. I'm yapping. All right, hail Satan.